listeners. Welcome one, welcome all. Can I get an amen? Now, how about a hallelujah? Yeah, baby. Let's rock and roll. Time for liftoff. Let's go. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
All right, here we go, amigos. We have liftoff.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats.
And get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no name time. On Fun Radio. It's the show with no name.
Let's go. Welcome, amigos. Welcome one. Welcome all. This is the show with no name here on Fun Radio, where you can learn English every day, anywhere, anytime. If you have the Vaughn Radio app, you are good to go. Listo calisto. I think that would be a good translation. Good to go. And don't forget, guys, we've got offices in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, and Zaragoza. All of these amazing cities that I've been to, and I think I can honestly say I love them all. Really. For different reasons, too. And that gives you just an idea of the variety. Vamos a pronunciar esta palabra juntos. Variety. Variety. The variety of foods and landscapes in this amazing country called España. I love it. People always ask me, you love living in Spain? And then I tell people, jokingly, no, I hate it here. I'm a glutton for punishment. Soy masoquista. We say un glotón para el castigo. Como que me gusta el castigo. Me gusta castigarme. I'm a glutton. Glotón. We write it Glutton. Of course, I love it here. And then a lot of people say to me, well, but Alberto, you lived in New York City. Yeah, and I must have been crazy. Now that I think about it, I mean, I get overwhelmed just thinking about spending a week there. Because, I mean, okay, Madrid's a big city and there's a lot of hustle and bustle. But New York is just, I mean, you can get shot on the subway. Like, it's a totally different, really a different ball game or a different ball of wax. Es harina de otro costal. Ah, y una forma de decirlo que viene de una película, o al menos se puede ver en una película, es that's a horse of a different color. Does anybody know what movie that's from? That's a horse of a different color. Remember when Dorothy gets to Oz and she knocks on the door and they won't let her in, but then finally they let her in and then they see a horse that's changing colors? Well, that's a horse of a different color, which means eso es harina de otro costal. Is that how you say it, I think, in Spanish? It means, bueno, estamos hablando de otra cosa, entonces. So, amigos, happy holidays. It's official. Next week will be our last week of live shows before the end of the year. So the last week of live shows of 2024. Thank you again for all of you who have joined me this year. Whether you joined me here on the show with no name, whether you joined me on FYI, on social media, or you've picked up any one of my books. I really appreciate the fact that you're learning English with me and you're enjoying the process, because I think that's what it's all about, amigos. I think everything should be like kind of like a game, and it works because I'm doing it with my daughter, and her pronunciation is insane. Insane, I mean, no te lo crees. It's incredible the way my daughter pronounces things. So let's make it a game. Let's make it fun, like today's pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. ¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's grupovon.com, and you can find out all about our master's program. You can find out about our Christmas courses that we've got coming up. So I urge you to go over to our website. It's grupovon.com, and you'll be able to find information about all the special deals we've got going on right now. And if what you're looking for is materials, don't worry, we've got you covered with that too. We've got Von Tienda, where you can find everything you need to get by. Salir del paso. Excuse me. I just sneezed. What do we say in English when someone sneezes? Do we say Jesus? What do you think? Do we say Jesus? No. We don't say Jesus. We say bless you. God bless you. Si quieres meter God. Or Gesundheit. We use the German word as well, Gesundheit. And today we're going to look at words like that, these native things we need to know, as we call it here, el inglés imprescindible para situaciones cotidianas. The book is called Essential English. You can pick it up at Von Tienda for $25.95. So that's just under 26 euros. 26 euros. What a steal. Vaya chollo. And you get over 3 hours of audio. That's right. 3 hours of audio, tons of different situations. And I think this book, as with many Vaughn books, are worth their weight in gold. So as always in our pop quiz, let's listen to this Essential English, which is available at vontienda.com. Pay attention, because afterwards I'll have a couple questions for you.
Pista 29.
At the electrical store.
Cascos.
Headphones.
Auriculares.
Earphones.
Altavoces.
Speakers.
Teclado.
Keyboard.
Pantalla.
Screen.
Disco duro.
Hard drive.
impresora,
Printer.
inalámbrico,
Wireless.
de arriba,
Top.
de abajo,
Bottom. Okay, here we are, the electrical store. What do you need to buy?
Well, I want to buy a wireless keyboard and a pair of headphones. Wow, this store is huge. I can't see the headphones. Where are they?
I don't know. Printers, laptops, speakers. Oh, look, the headphones are over there.
Where? I can't find them.
On the top shelf, Alex, there.
I can't reach the top shelf.
I can't reach it either. I'll tell the shop assistant. Oh, there he is. Excuse me, we can't reach those headphones. The ones over there, on the top shelf.
Don't worry, I'll get a ladder.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Sylvia, look at these wireless keyboards.
Yes, I think this one will be fine. Oh, here comes the shop assistant with the ladder.
Okay, let me get this for you. Here. These are the best headphones on the market.
That's exactly what I need. Let's pay for this and go.
Alex, these headphones are a little expensive. Do you really want to spend £230?
What?
Translation time.
1. No alcanzo el estante de arriba.
I can't reach the top shelf.
2. Perdón, no alcanzo ese disco duro.
Excuse me, I can't reach that hard drive.
3. No encontramos los auriculares.
We can't find the earphones.
4. Él no encuentra las pantallas para ordenador.
He can't find the computer screens.
5. Mira, están en el estante de abajo.
Look, they're on the bottom shelf. Practice time.
Forma frases del tipo los, están arriba, abajo del todo, y después están en la estantería de arriba o abajo. 1. Las impresoras, arriba.
The printers are at the top. They're on the top shelf.
2. Los cascos, abajo.
The headphones are at the bottom. They're on the bottom shelf.
3. El nuevo modelo, arriba.
The new model is at the top. It's on the top shelf.
4. El teclado inalámbrico, arriba.
The wireless keyboard is at the top. It's on the top shelf.
5. Los altavoces inalámbricos, abajo.
The wireless speakers are at the bottom. They're on the bottom shelf. Common mistake.
Se lo diré a él, no es,
I'll say him.
sino.
I'll tell him.
1. Se lo diré a ella.
I'll tell her.
2. Díselo al dependiente.
Tell the shop assistant.
3. Díselo a ellos.
Tell them.
4. ¿Se lo puedes decir a ella?
Can you tell her?
5. Me lo puedes decir.
You can tell me.
Aplica lo aprendido en otras situaciones. 1. No alcanzo la ventana. ¿Puedes cerrarla?
I can't reach the window. Can you close it?
2. No veo la carretera. Hay mucha niebla.
I can't see the road. It's so foggy.
3. Por favor, firme en la parte de abajo.
Please sign at the bottom.
4. Las guías turísticas están en la estantería de abajo.
The travel guides are on the bottom shelf.
5. Las aceitunas están en la estantería de arriba.
The olives are on the top shelf.
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. Y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés.
More information about Weekend Town, just go to grupovon.com. And hey, the Christmas holidays, that's a great time to look into a Weekend Town because, well, we've got usually got a little more free time in our schedule Okay, I mean, work-wise, usually it's socially a crazy time, and I've got to say, I'm not. I used to be more of a social butterfly. Do you know this? A social butterfly, alguien que se mezclaba mucho. But the older I get, the more of a recluse I become. And that's not true. I see my friends, but I notice like I don't feel the need to go out. And I think when I was younger, it was a lot easier for me to be social. And now I'm just, I don't know, I guess you don't have the same energy. It's funny how you change, you know? I was actually outgoing, then I got shy, then I became extremely outgoing, and now I'm a little bit shy again around people. Like, no, not here on the show. When I'm doing my job, I know what I have to do. But when I'm just Alberto talking to somebody, you know, just sometimes I'm like, I feel awkward in social situations. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's true though. It's true. Oh, and question of the week, folks. We didn't do it this week. Sorry, it's just been a really crazy week around here. Just a lot of stuff going on. But next week, we'll do our last question of the week of 2024. And I thought we could do something really cliche here. And you know what that is? Do you have a New Year's resolution? You say propósito. Tell us what you want to do in the new year, what your New Year's resolution is, and how you plan to carry it out. And I figured that's the important part. So it's not just, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight, and what I'm going to do is this. And the reason I'm telling you that is because usually if we say it aloud, that's step one. Well, step one is visualizing it. Then you tell somebody else, and now the universe knows it, right? So what do you want to do? What are you looking forward to changing, getting better at, whatever it may be? I'm sure there are many. I mean, we've got the same ones as always. I want to eat better. I want to sleep better. I want to, those are the ones I guess anybody you could always eat better, right? You could always get a little more exercise. So let us know. What are you focusing on in 2025? What is your number one resolution, propósito, you say, for the new year, for 2025? And if you know your answer and you'd like to participate in this, the last question of the week of 2024, well, send me your answers before next Friday. You've got all this weekend, and you've got until next Thursday. So don't put it off, though, and tell us what your New Year's resolution is. You can send that email, that voice note. You can record it right on your phone. Never been easier. You can record it on your phone and tell us, well, hey, guys, blah, blah, blah. This is whoever. My New Year's resolution is this. And this is how I plan to carry it out. This is my plan of attack. Right? Me encanta esta expresión en inglés. What is your plan of attack? And, no lo tiene, en serio? Come on. This is so common. Word reference lately really sucks. Te lo juro, eh? Cada vez que busco algo en word reference últimamente es like, nope. Plan of attack. The organized program of measures to be taken in order to achieve a goal. Think of in a war, right? ¿Cuál es nuestro plan, nuestra estrategia, right? What is your plan of attack? Look at that. My light's going. My light is, te puedo enseñar vocabulario. My light in my office is flickering. El foco que tengo aquí is flickering, right? To flicker is to go on and off. Oh, that's nice. Well, considering yesterday my desk fell, se cayó. I mean, anything else? Really? Wow. I almost feel like every day this is a challenge. Like, not just do the show, but deal with everything that's happening around. Desks falling, lights flickering. Anything else? Any lightning gonna strike while we're at it? Ya que estamos? Que caiga un relámpago. Come on, bring it on. I'm not scared. The show must go on. I can get struck by lightning I can be thunderstruck, and the show will still go on. All right, amigos, are you ready for your pop quiz? All right, we were at the electrical store, and, well, there's an electrical store, there's an electronics store. So when you say electrical, I would think more like cables, cosas así. If you're talking about electronics, I would think more like televisions, things like that, right? So, number one, I want you to use in context, this is three things, pero se pueden unir fácilmente, okay? The first one is toma de corriente, o sea, el enchufe, pero no la parte hembra, ¿no? Donde en la pared. So, toma de corriente y enchufar y desenchufar. That's in number one. O sea, quiero esas tres palabras en la primera frase. Okay? So, toma de enchufe, toma de corriente, perdona, o enchufe, y luego enchufar, desenchufar. And again, I think that's really easy to use those three in a sentence, right? Si quieres probar la toma de corriente, pues enchúfalo y desenchúfalo. No? In fact, we call this troubleshooting. I was just doing it a moment ago. Before I started the show, I always test my equipment, you know, because there are a lot of cables. Yo no soy hablando de electrónico. I don't know the first thing about this. And it's like everything. The more you know, the less you know. But as I started to do my test, I heard like a beeping sound in the microphone. And so I started to see, okay, is it this? Is it this? And troubleshooting is something we do a lot with electronics. It's, okay, pues voy a desenchufar el router. Pues no es el router, porque el router ya está desenchufado. Okay, voy a ver si con la conexión. So you try every possible option until you locate the problem. And for me, my microphone cable was touching the neon, right? Well, it's not really neon, it's LEDs. You say LED, we say LEDs. And they were crossing, and that was causing the sound. So the moment I separated those two cables, problem solved. We call that troubleshooting. Troubleshooting. All right? So the first one, toma de corriente, enchufar, desenchufar. The next one, I want you to use the word electrodomésticos in context. Electrodomésticos. Makes sense in English, that word. In Spanish, that word, right? Electro, de tu casa, no? Domésticos. All right, electrodomésticos is our second one. And the third one, you know how when you go into a store and the clerk is el dependiente, comes up to you and is like, how can I help you, sir? And you're like, give me a second to look around. Like, give me a second. Come on. Like, whoa, get off of me. Esto es muy americano también, porque se llevan una comisión, entonces se lanzan encima de ti. And you're like, si no he visto nada, ¿cómo te voy? Well, if you need any help, sir, please let me know. And you're like, just give me a second. You know what I do when that happens? I just turn around and walk out. I know they're trying to be helpful, but I don't want to talk to you. I just want to look around. Y ahora, no puedes usar look around, porque lo acabo de usar. So, ¿qué es la frase que decimos a esta persona que te quiere vender algo, que te quiere ayudar, entre paréntesis? Que no sería, que vamos, el paralelo sería I'm just looking around. Ok, pero quiero otra palabra. Ok, porque esto es de primera. So I'm just looking around. Another way of saying that, which the translation, ¿quieres saber la traducción? Leave me the fuck alone. Te lo juro, es una forma súper educada de decir, por favor, déjame en paz. Okay? And it's really good to know this one, because te dejarán en paz si dices esa frase. Lo tengo comprobado. No, déjame en paz, porque solo estoy echando un vistazo. Ya te avisaré yo si te necesito a ti. Right? Not the other way around. Not jumping on me the second. I mean, I didn't even look. I haven't seen one product in your store yet. Let me look. Then I can maybe ask you a question if I have one afterwards. All right, my amigos. So those are your pop quiz challenges. We've got to go to a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we're going to listen to our Say What soundbite. It's a great one today. Love this movie. We've been looking at some good movies lately, guys. We had Young Frankenstein. We've got this one, which I freaking love. So when we come back, we'll do that. We'll look at your pop quiz answers. We've got our spelling bee. We've got homophones, double trouble, famous birthdays, name that lyric, name that movie, homophones, and so much more. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of today's show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. By the way, if you're following me on social, se puede decir social media o directamente social, como ya esto está sobreusado. You can follow me. You can follow Vaughn. The reason I'm saying it is because today I'm going to be with my buddies at Vaughn Radio. We're having a little Christmas get-together. Nos vamos a juntar para la Navidad. So who knows? Maybe I'll post some videos and some photos. I'm sure I'll post some videos and photos. So if you want to be in the loop and see what we look like after a couple beers and what we sound like after a couple beers, well, join us. I'm looking forward to it. I see Rob, I see Andy, but I haven't seen some of the Kyle, but some of the other people I haven't seen in a really long time. So it'll be nice to catch up. To catch up, como vimos ayer, es ponernos al día. All right, amigos, we're going to kick off the second part of the show with the Say What soundbite. Yeah.
Say what?
Come on, come on, come on. Say what soundbite. Come on, come on, come on. Say what soundbite. Yes. All right. As I said, this is another awesome movie. I love this movie. I love this actor. I love this character. And as I said, we've set the bar very, very high lately. ¿No? El listón está muy alto. Con las películas que hemos visto en Say What Soundbite. As always, I want you to give me your feedback. Tell me what you heard. In your best English, of course. And hopefully, before or after the fourth listen, you'll be able to give me it word for word. All right, is everybody ready? All right, listen carefully, and here goes today's Say What soundbite for the first time.
I watch the stock market channel all the time. I just watch because I suspect that anchorman of being an evil leprechaun. He can bullshit everybody else, but he ain't fooling me.
All right, the good thing is this one isn't as long as yesterday's. Yesterday's was really long when we looked at Frank Sinatra and Don Rickles. That's a funny story, right? The one from yesterday when he goes, Frank, come on over and say hello to me so I can, show off. Así presumo que conozco a Frank Sinatra, Y se acerca and he goes, Frank, leave me alone. Don't you see I'm having dinner? Como no solo quería enseñar que era su amigo, pero que también le chuleaba. That he was punking him, right? To punk, you could say, como punky. That was a funny story. And I'm sure Frank Sinatra's got a lot of stories. Well, now he's in his grave, in su tumba, but I'm sure he's got a lot of stories. All right, here it is, folks. I'm going to give you the Say What soundbite now for the second time.
I watch the stock market channel all the time. I just watch because I suspect that anchorman of being an evil leprechaun. He can bullshit everybody else, but he ain't fooling me.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace. Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas.
You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
vaughantienda.com.
It's the Shit.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the shit. Es la bomba. It's my latest book. This book is the shit. It's available at vaughantienda.com. Don't forget, you've also got Richard Vaughan's autobiography. And I know, was it Laura? Laura, you asked yesterday if it was in English or Spanish. Did you get an answer? Did you ask them? I didn't. I obviously didn't ask them. Them meaning los de Vaughan, los de market, los que llevan las redes. We assumed it's in Spanish, but remember this, guys. Don't ever assume, because if you assume, you make an ass of you and me. ¿No? El que asume las cosas hace un tonto de ti y de mí. Y si ves la palabra ass, you, me. So when someone, I just assumed, well, don't assume, y ya se sabe el resto. So it means deja de asumir las cosas and let's find out for real. All right, let's see who's with us in the house. We've got Elena. Hello, Elena. She says, good morning, beautiful people. Another day, another chance to learn English. Over the moon because Christmas is right upon us. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, Elena. That's the right attitude. You're unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable. I love Sia. Are you any Sia fans in the house? Unstoppable, unstoppable. And then she's got the other one. I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The greatest, the greatest. The lyrics to Sia's songs, and I like the way they sound too, the sound, but the lyrics are, at least the songs I know are awesome. They're those songs that make you feel like you can conquer the world. And Elena, your comment makes me realize that you've got what it takes to conquer the world. The world is your oyster. ¿Qué? ¿El mundo es tu ostra? Eso significa el mundo es tuyo, te la comes. Yeah. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man in the house. He says, what's up, Alberto and friends? Let's kick off the show. No doubt about it. There's Laura. Laura says, good morning. Lovely show with no namers. Let's enjoy these 2 magical hours together. Let the fun begin. Yeah, and Laura, once again, great job. We're learning some Italian. We're learning idioms, but we're also learning, some of the basics, Italian 101 para la próxima vez que vayamos a Roma o que lo tenemos al lado, right? Or Venice or what have you, right? Now, Sicily, ahí ya no te vale, ¿no? Laura, ya ahí hablan. I know it because of my family. Sicilian, Napolitan, you couldn't really call those languages Italian. They have their own rules and their own vocabulary. So great to have you. Born to Iron Man says, Gesundheit, Alberto. See, we're even speaking some German with your Schwanzstücke. Laura says, bless you. By the way, AA, did you manage to fix your desk? I hope so. The answer is no. I tried it. I had to literally take I don't have a big office. Okay. So I had to in order to put my desk upside down, I had to take everything out of I spent 4 hours just flipping the desk and trying to fix the leg that had broken. But no matter how I glued it, and I used super glue, epoxy, that strong shit, didn't work. Not against glass for some reason. So that table right now is out in the yard. In fact, it's raining on it right now because I couldn't fix it. I tried, and it just would not stick. And that was without any weight on it. Imagínate poner peso. So luckily, I have another, well, it's not really a desk. It's a table that I'm using. And as I said, the show must go on. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys, yesterday, during one of the commercial breaks, all of a sudden, everything went black over here. My screens went black. Yeah. You know why? Bueno, voy a usar una palabra. Because I unplugged my computer with my foot. And, well, if it has no power, you're not going to live stream. Pero vosotros no os habéis dado cuenta. You didn't realize because it was during a commercial break. So I was able to get everything up and running again. The live stream. The good thing is it didn't affect the audio or anything because it was on a commercial break. But all of a sudden I was sitting here and I said, wait a second, what now? So my leg broke on my table. My screens just went black. Oh, man. But we still had a good show, didn't we? And there's that expression, you can't keep a good man down. Bring on the thunder. Bring on the lightning. That only makes us stronger. All right, so thanks for asking, Laura. Yeah, it was a trying day yesterday. Okay, I was one of those days where I was a bit frustrated, but you know what? You need days like that so you know when you're not frustrated. Well, today I could care less. If everything falls, if my office catches on fire right now, I don't think I care. That's not true, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like today, I can't be bothered. Whatever happens, happens. The show must go on. Chris says, morning, dear show with no namers. AA, I trust your desk is in good shape. No, it isn't. Just explained it, but thanks for asking. Elena says, I guess it was on its last legs. Oh, my God. That's a totally native, and that was very punny. Nice job. Wow, Elena. If something is on its last legs, ya le quedan 2 días, right? 2 telediarios. It's on its last legs. And that was a literal because también eran las patas. Elena, brilliant play on words. Very, very punny. Laura says, it looks like your whole office needs a rest. Yeah, including yours truly. Un servidor. I think my computer, well, it's just old. Me? Yeah, maybe I'm just a bit old too. But yeah, Laura, tell me about it. Yeah, but also, you know what? I think of it this way. When it rains, it pours. ¿Conocéis esta? Esto se puede usar para cosas buenas o negativas. O sea, when it rains, it pours. Cuando pasan cosas, pasan a tope. Que sean buenas o que sean malas, ¿no? When it rains, it pours. So also, after 47 years, I know that. I'm like, ¿qué más? ¿Algo más? Sometimes I even look up at God, if you believe in him, and I'm like, what have you got for me? Bring it. Venga, trae. Yo puedo. Challenge accepted. Bring it on. So, yeah, we're surviving. We are surviving. We are survivors. We won't give up. We won't get... I don't remember the lyrics. Destiny's Child. All right, let's see. Laura's participating in our pop quiz. Let's see what Laura had to say. She says, if you want to test your power outlet, just plug your phone. Plug your phone in and then plug it out. Okay, let's take a look over here. I've never heard, maybe, si me lo enseñas, te creo, but I've never seen plug it out. We always say unplug it. Es una de estas raras, ¿no? It's like zip it up, sube la cremallera, or button it up. Pues el inverso es unbutton it, unzip it. Es de esa categoría. Okay, donde el up, sí, pero el down, no. So it's a weird one. So if you want to test your power outlet, great. An outlet or a socket is another way to say it too. Just plug your phone in and then unplug it. There you go. It's a great way. You're troubleshooting now. You're saying, do I have a problem with my power here, la electricidad, or with my phone? Well, let me try by plugging it in, putting it in. Maybe I'll plug it into a different socket. Maybe it's not the power. Maybe it's just this socket. Again, all of this is called troubleshooting. All right, let's see. Laura says, kitchen appliances usually have a 10-year lifespan. En vez de span life, al revés, lifespan, ¿no? Vida utilitaria or something like that. Me suena. So, kitchen appliances usually have a 10-year lifespan. And the last sentence, which is déjame en paz, pero super diplomáticamente, I'm just browsing. Great job. Just make sure, I know you will, you'll make those adjustments, esos ajustes ahí. Yeah, well, think about it. Internet Explorer, ¿eso sigue existiendo? Firefox, those are browsers. ¿Por qué? Because you're browsing the internet, ojeando, echando un vistazo. So I'm just browsing. They get it. Te lo juro. Ellos lo entienden como, okay, lo siento. Right? Now, you can say, as I said before, I'm just looking around. I'm just browsing. Like, I'm not in the, it's not like I need, because if you say, well, actually, I'm looking for a plug for my iPhone. No, then sure. If you're going into a store looking for something and they want to help you, sure. Great. But a lot of times you're just walking in, no, let me see if there are any sales, or let me see if, oh, that's a cool, but you don't have it in mind to buy anything. Well, that's when you say, I'm just browsing. Obviously, if the clerk comes up to you and you know what you want, ask for help. Sure. That's why they're there. But a lot of times in my country, since they're getting a commission on that sale, well, they'll just, I mean, there was one time I remember in New York, I was bombarded by 3 salespeople. And I'm like, so who's talking to me here? All 3 of you at the same time? That's going to be really confusing, guys. Sorry, I can't talk to 3 people at the same, who are talking at me at the same time. My head's going to explode. So great job, Laura. A couple adjustments there, but great. Elena says, did you find a socket to plug in your phone? You need to make sure not to unplug it until it's at least 80% charged. All right. Great job. Great job. Also, the word socket is not just toma de corriente, but it's also in your eye, la cuenca, la cavidad, la órbita, me pone aquí, your eye cavity. So your eye sockets are the holes, right? Those are you know what the holes in your nose are called? Your nostrils. Your nostrils. Toma. By the way, if you want to learn this vocabulary, there's an FYI episode on the body where we go over that and a lot of idiomatic expressions that have to do with body parts. Also in anatomy, you might remember the word joint we looked at this week. Garito, articulación, porro, cárcel. Well, a ball and socket joint es una cabeza articular en la anatomía. A ball and socket joint. So that word socket is not just where you stick a plug in, but it's also where your eye goes in a socket as well. All right. And the last one, she says, thank you. I need an electric appliance, but I'm just shopping around first. Now, shopping around, it's a little bit different than browsing. Browsing is I'm not too sure. I'm looking around casually. I'm shopping around means I'm comparing prices. So before you buy a car or any big purchase, shop around. No, compara precio. So it's a great one. There's a little nuance there. Browsing is, I don't know, just looking around. No specific. And shopping around is, well, I'm going to find the best price, right? If you want to find the breast, ooh, Freudian slip, breast, he dicho pecho, oops. What are you really thinking about, Alberto, in your subconscious? Don't worry, I'm thinking about that all day, every day. It just doesn't come out. So to shop around, comparison shop. Great vocabulary we're looking at today. Wonderful job, ladies. All right, let's see who else. There's Born to Iron Man. He says, you can plug in your electric guitar in that socket, but I'd like to listen to you in an unplugged way as Nirvana did years ago. Oh, I like how you used unplugged. So, yeah. Also, remember, we plug our guitars into an amplifier, right? Into an amplifier. You say amplificador, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, In the pine, where the sun don't ever shine, I'll shiver the whole night through. What a great song. What a great album, by the way. Nirvana Unplugged. Great job. All right, the next one. How many appliances do I have in my house? Good question. We've got quite a few, and we don't have an air fryer and all of that stuff. And the last one, he says, I'm only window shopping. And window shopping means you're not really buying anything, right? And piénsalos, comprar mirando escaparates, okay? The only thing is, usually when you're window shopping, I mean, obviously, literally, you're looking through the window, but you can say it and they'll get it like, I'm not really here to buy anything seriously. So excellent. Guys, really wonderful vocabulary coming out here. Beautiful. It's electric. All right, Chris Valrol, she says, my laptop is 11 years old. Mine too. And I can't afford a new one, so this is going to have to last. And she says, it needs to be plugged. Te falta el in ahí. It needs to be plugged in. Y fijaos cómo lo pronuncio. Plugged in. It needs to be plugged in because if it is unplugged, I can't follow the show. Well, you want me to give you a little, give you a little inkling, una vista. I can't do the show if this laptop is not plugged in. And I got a new battery like 2 years ago. So, yeah, I feel your pain, Chris. I feel your pain. So I can't follow the show. The next one. So I need a socket near. Excellent. Then she says, I buy appliances with good energy efficiency. And the last one, thank you. I'm shopping around. Great job. Just remember, shopping around is more comparison. Like, I'm looking for the best price on something, right? And usually we do that. Okay, if you're going to buy like, a pack of gum, you don't shop around. But if you're going to buy something which is a little bit more expensive, well, that's also when we use the word purchase. You wouldn't say, I'm going to purchase a pack of gum. No, but I purchased a car last year. Okay? En el departamento de compras de una empresa se llama the purchasing department. Just remember, it's not purchase, it's purchase. Dilo conmigo, purchase. All right, amigos, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. We are halfway through the show. I can't believe it. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 3. Jeez. I was gonna say part 2. Welcome back to part 3 of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. The show with no name on Vaughn Radio. You know it. You love it, I hope. Well, you wouldn't be here. It's like me in Spain. I'll just go back to the United States. It's not so simple now. But, Spain, we've got our problems. Don't get me wrong. We've got serious problems in this country. I think we'll all agree on that. But I almost feel like not as many problems as the U.S. You know, I could be wrong. I guess it depends on, too, your situation, right? Where you're living, what you're doing for a living, a qué te dedicas, all of that stuff factors into where you live. Because you can live in paradise and have a dead-end job. No un trabajo que dices, ¿qué hago yo aquí? That's not paradise then, because you're living and you're going to that job every day. And on the other hand, you can live in, the dirtiest street in New York City, but you love your job. You love your friend. So it's a lot of different factors that make up your environment. And here on the show with no name, we've got a positive environment where we support each other. Of course we do. We cheer each other on. Nos animamos. And I'm going to recommend you guys listen to my great friend's show. It's right after this show. The only thing is I just can't remember the name of her show. What is it?
Jimena will test your English.
Oh, right.
Yes, she'll test your English.
Sing it.
Jimena will test your English with Nacho.
Come on.
Wow. That's right. Test Your English is on Vaughn Radio every day at 12:30 with Jimena and Nacho.
That's right. It's right after this show, and it's an amazing show where Jimena will put you to the test. I don't know. I wonder if Jimena is going to be there today. It'll be great to see her. I think she said she was coming to our get-together, nuestra quedada. All right, amigos, let's get moving with today's Homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And as always, this is where we take a look at, well, a word. Actually, I should say 2 words. And I want to see if you guys know these 2 words, and know if they sound exactly the same or not. Now, the first word is a word that I don't know if you're familiar with it. We'll find out in a moment. And the good thing is, tiene muchísimos usos. This first word here is rich, como decimos. Es una palabra rica, bueno, como digo yo, que tiene mucha chicha. And, well, it can mean acto, acción, hazaña. It can also mean la escritura, para una casa, un piso, la escritura. Okay? And yeah, that's, pues tampoco tiene tantos. Pero bueno, puede ser un double trouble en un futuro. De hecho, vamos a apuntarlo aquí. Y ahora sí que va a ser un double trouble en un futuro. Like yesterday, I wrote down pull over. All right, so acto, acción, hazaña, or escritura. And the second one, I know you know. You better know it. It's the past tense of the verb to do. It's an auxiliary verb that we use when we use the past tense. So, ¿fuiste ayer a tal sitio? You go. Pues es como empezamos la pregunta ahí, right? So you need to know that second word. The first word, well, if you didn't know it, you're excused there. You have an excuse. But if you don't know that second word, come on. I mean, that is a word that is used so much in the language. Anytime you speak in the past tense, well, in the negative or in the interrogatory. But in the affirmative, we generally don't use auxiliary verbs, although there are exceptions. There are always exceptions in English. So the first word, acto, acción, hazaña, escritura. The second word, el pasado del verbo do. All right? Do you know those two words? Do you know if they sound exactly the same? We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Let me give you the Say What soundbite here for the third time. Jot down what you hear.
I watch the stock market channel all the time. I just watch because I suspect that anchorman of being an evil leprechaun. You can bullshit everybody else, but he ain't fooling me.
¿Quieres estar al tanto de todas nuestras promociones en la Vaughan Esfera? Well, now you can be in the loop. Puedes estar al tanto. Puedes enterarte de ofertas, novedades y eventos. Y mucho más. Puedes encontrar todo eso en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Eso es, en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Ahí tendrás toda la información de última hora. Guárdalo como favorito. grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And stay in the loop.
That's right, amigos. That's right. All right, well, let's see what we've got over here. I've got a lot of people participating. Let's take a look at the homophones, and then we'll take a look at your observations in our Say What soundbite. All right, let's see. Elena has a question, too. She says, people talking at me, not to me. When do you use the first one, double A? Oh, okay. Well, this is when someone's not interested in what you have to say. They're just, it's not a conversation. It's a monologue. That's when someone's talking at you. So you're like, hello, I don't even have to be here right now. So, I mean, I guess it's like when you change, are you laughing at me or with me? So talking to someone, you're both in the conversation. You're talking at someone, you're not really, it's a one-way conversation. Okay. Let's see. In fact, it's in a very popular song from a very popular movie. Everybody's talking at me. Only the echoes of my mind. From Midnight Cowboy. He says, everybody's talking at me. That doesn't mean que me están hablando, que quieren, que les interesa lo que yo diga. Me están hablando como, esto es lo que tienes que saber tú. Esto es lo que, right? So you're not interested. It's not a conversation. You're going to listen to what I have to say, and I'm not interested in what you have to say. Really. People who talk at you, avoid them at all costs, obviously. All right, let's see. Elena's also participating in today's Double Trouble. Today's homophones. And she gives us the two correct words. And she says they aren't homophones, period. Y punto. So there's no doubt in her mind. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says the two correct words. And he says they don't sound alike. Laura says both words, and she says they don't sound alike. Chris Valrol says, she says, you're always giving us clues. Yes, I did. That was, Chris, you're reading my mind. You got me there. And she says, and they are not homophones. Born to Iron Man says, dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and the done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Okay, esto es actos sucios, acciones sucios, right? Great. I love how you found that in context there. All right, so deed, okay? He lost the deed to his home. Okay, perdió la escritura, el papeleo, the deed, the thing that tells you what it is. Also, to do a good deed es hacer un buen acto, no? He helped the old woman cross the street. He carried her groceries. He did a good deed. And do you know what it means if you say, did you guys do the deed? The deed? Sexo. Yeah. You guys did the deed? Are you serious? Y ahí tienes ambas. You did the deed. They do not sound the same. Excellent job. Y vamos a decir esa frase. I can't believe they did, no did. I've heard many people say, I did my homework. I'm like, deed. Deed is a different word. So I did. I did my homework. I did the deed. Oh, yeah. Did you do the deed? Did you? Did you do the deed? Great job, folks. They do not sound the same. Also, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Laura. She got today's Say What soundbite. All right. Great stuff. All right. Let's see what. Laura got. Oh, and Elena got it first. If I'm not mistaken. Oh no. Elena is. No. Elena, you did get it. Lo que no sabía si estabas resumiéndolo o si lo tienes word for word. So give it up for Elena and Laura. Wow. Great job. Today's was relatively easy over there. All right, let's see. Vamos a ver dónde estábamos. We got a lot of comments. This is great, folks. All right, Elena says it's an American man. Well, she already got the answer, but I want to take a look at your observations as well. And her and Laura both shared their observations too. And she says, an American man who doesn't trust an anchor man. And what is an anchor man? Well, an anchor man or an anchor woman is the person who does the news. El ancla is the one in the studio, not the reporter, right? So the one in the studio, el que está detrás de la mesa. De hecho, peliculón, Anchorman. Have you seen it? Oh my good, it's a classic in my country, a cult classic, Anchorman with Will Ferrell. So an American man who doesn't trust an anchorman, so he needs to check the stock market himself. Great. Laura says, I heard an American man who sounds very sure of himself. He's boasting. Great word, to boast, to show off, to brag. Look at me. About his stock market knowledge. But he sounds a bit unhinged, too. Another great word. Loquísimo, unhinged. Oh, yeah, the character is totally unhinged. He's one of my favorite characters. My wife and I, we crack up when we think about this guy and this character that he played in this movie. All right, so she says, I heard an American man who sounds very sure of himself, muy seguro de sí mismo. He's boasting about his stock market knowledge, but sounds a bit unhinged too, as he's comparing a TV channel anchor to a leprechaun. Great job, Laura. Laura also says, thank you. I do it with a lot of TLC, la sección con mucho cariño. You can tell. And guys, next Wednesday, we'll have the last Italian section of the year with Laura. We've already got it done. She's Laura, I got to say, you are on it. You are on it. We're caught up for the final one of the year, and now you got plenty of time to work on the next one, the first one in 2025. And she says, I can't understand Napolitano or Siciliano. They are completely different languages. They sound Greek to me. Yeah, well, you know what? And great expression. ¿Qué pone aquí? What does it say here? It's all Greek to me. Esto me suena chino. Ni papa, no me entero. Right? It's all Greek to me. We say Greek, you say Chinese. So it's true. It's true. And I asked my grandparents when I was old enough, to figure it out. I'm like, why didn't you guys, I learned Spanish with my dad, English in school and friends and mom and everybody else. And why didn't I learn Italian with you guys? Except espadate, shoot yourself, or fanaple, go to Naples, which is go to hell. And my grandparents simply said, we don't really speak Italian. And I said, what do you mean? I thought we were Italian. We had Italian blood. Yeah, but we don't speak Italian. We speak dialects. Our family speaks dialects of Italian. I said, and they said, it's not really useful outside of that area. It's not like Italiano, so I guess that was a good excuse. I guess if I ever lived in Naples or in Sicily, maybe I could get by, but they didn't see it as a practical language to teach me. They focused on Spanish and English. And now I'm learning Italian with Laura. So, see? The real Italian, I'm not saying this is, not the dialect. Let's see. Elena, as I said, Elena got today's Say What soundbite. Also, Laura got it as well. Chris says, I heard an American man who usually watches a stock market channel and thinks that there's something fishy, great word, sospechoso, something fishy with the anchor. Nonetheless, he's not going to be fooled. Great job. Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful job there. All right. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to cover, so we are going to move on to today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right, folks. It is our Spelling Bee. It is our Spelling Bee here, and we'll see what you guys got. Now, as you know, we had a native speaker with us the other day, and she said, I don't even think I could get those on round one. And you know what? I say the same thing. If you catch me pre-coffee, I'm like, huh? What's your name? Alberto. How old are you? Right? So never mind me writing things down, really, really quickly. All right. So as always, what I'm going to have you guys do here is I want you guys to write these words down that I'm going to spell. They all have something in common, as always, so it'll give us a topic to talk about as well. And here we go. Let me get my bell. This is round one of today's Say What soundbite. Good luck, my amigos. I'm going to fly. Are you ready? All right. I want native speakers to say, whoa, that was fast. But that doesn't seem to phase, desconcertar, that doesn't seem to phase our friend Born to Spelling Bee. All right. The first one is CYPRUS. The second one is HUNGARY. The third one is LITHUANIA. The next one is POLAND. The fifth one is SLOVAKIA. And the last one is SLOVENIA.
¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
Brilliant. brilliant.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely brilliant. All right, some comments over here. Let's see if anybody got these on the first go. Chris says, yeah, we are really fortunate learning Italian with Laura. Yeah, true story. Born to Iron Man agrees. He says, I see eye to eye with you, Chris. Elena, Laura's a great teacher. Seriously. Well, why do you think I gave her a section? It takes one to know one. I said, wait a second. Laura's a great teacher. And how did I know that? Well, I've been told. I don't think I'm a great teacher, and you can never say that about yourself. You know, I hate these people walking, I'm the greatest. Really? Don't you think other people should say that about you? Not you. I mean, I don't know. Call me crazy. But we say in English, it takes one to know one. No, yo te he visto porque, bueno, soy de parecido, right? So, and I agree with all that feedback. She's doing a great job, and she's, teaching us not just the expression, but some of the pronunciation things, some of the basics, the el, ella, these things that I think you need to know in any language. And we always look at the English equivalent because this is an English learning show. So we'll always learn the English equivalent as well. Great, great stuff, Laura. The surveys are in. Los sondeos han llegado. And what can I say except brava? Now, Laura, do you know what my favorite thing to say in Italian is? And I'll do it today. Cuando estamos todos juntos haciendo un brindis, I say, saluti per tutti, belle e brutti. That's my favorite one. I say it all the time. All right. So cheers to everyone, the pretty ones and the ugly ones. All right. Let's see. Born to Iron Man, taking a stab at it. Let's see how he did. The first one is correct, sir. The second one is correct. The third one is incorrect. Ooh. All right. No problem. Not bad. The rest of them, listen, you got one letter wrong. So even though you didn't get it, it's admirable. It's an admirable effort that you made. Let's see. Elena. Elena's taking a stab at it too. Elena, the first one's correct. The second one's correct. The third one is also correct. The fourth one's perfect. The fifth one is great. And you got the sixth one as well. Also, Chris and Laura as well. Wow, excellent job. So give it up for the ladies, Elena, Chris, and Laura. And Born to Iron Man has corrected his mistake. I mean, it was an easy one today. Like, oh, no, así no se escribe ese país. The good thing is they're countries today, so you can kind of figure them out. A veces cuando son palabras como extranjeras, you're like, pero espera, ¿usul nuful? What? How do you say that? No, si hablamos de una región o algo. So Laura also says, you're too kind, guys. Eres demasiado. Sois demasiado majos. Thank you. You just put a big smile on my face. Well, you deserve it, Laura. All right, here we go, amigos. This is round due, if we're speaking Italian. All right, here we go. The first one is CYPRUS. The second one is HUNGARY. The third one, LITHUANIA. The fourth one, POLAND. The fifth one, SLOVAKIA. And the last one is SLOVENIA. Those are your spelling bee words, amigos. And right now we are going to a quick commercial break. Our final commercial break. I can't believe it. We've got a lot of stuff to cover when we come back, amigos. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Come on in. Entrad. We got a lot of stuff to cover in this, the fourth and final part of today's show. Thank you again to all of you for your constant participation, your drive, tu motivación. That's right. You can say motivation, cuatro sílabas, or drive, or motivated, cuatro sílabas, or driven, dos. You guys are driven. You've got a lot of drive, and you're driving me crazy in a good way. She drives me crazy. I can't help myself. Hoo, hoo. Did you do the hoo-hoo? I hope so. Hasta ahí llegáis, ¿no? Es como na 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 na. Yeah. All right. So much to cover. And don't forget, after today's show, you got Jimena, then you got Rob and Andy in the lunchtime show for a really native experience. After that, you've got Jules Linares with Let's Get Random. You've got Speak Up with Ruby, The Salad with Dave Boys, Kyle Miller's Drive Time, The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams, Fitz's No Excuses, and I know I'm missing maybe one or two there. Well, there's one on the weekends that's really good because it focuses not just on English, but on wellness. I just can't remember what the hell it's called now. It's, what was it called? Guess Who's Back? Back again. Yes, who's back? Tell a friend. Yes, who's back? 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 That's right. The Hour to Empower with Jessica Fernandez is back on Vaughn Radio. That's the name. That's the name. The Hour to Empower. If you can't listen on Saturday, it doesn't matter. You can listen whenever you want, wherever you get your podcasts, or by downloading the Vaughn Radio app. Amigos, it's time for today's Double Trouble. Yeah. Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. Come on. I said double trouble. All right, amigos. All right, here we go. Now, this is one that we've looked at over here. And as always, this is one you should know. Why? Because if we looked at it, means you were probably paying attention or you heard it. So it'll make it a little bit easier. So the first part is, sé que va a ser duro, difícil. Okay? Sé que va a ser duro barra difícil, como quieras decirlo. Pero esta noche vamos a subsistir, pone aquí. ¿Ok? Vivir sin mucho. No, vivir a la aventura, sin prepararnos mucho. We looked at it when we were talking about camping. I remember we were talking about camping, glamping, pitching a tent, que no solo es poner una tienda de campaña, es tener an erection as well. Hey, hay que saber de todo, porque cuidado. Si tú dices, we're going to pitch a tent, or I'm pitching a tent, y luego todos se ponen a reír, you might want to know why. You know? So, it says here, subsistir, a la aventura, I think you say. No, a ver, que lo que pase, pase, que no vamos a preparar mucho, vamos a vivir con lo mínimo. Okay, that would be another way to express this concept. So, let me give it to you one more time. Sé que va a ser duro o difícil, pero esta noche vamos a subsistir, vamos a vivir al límite, sin nada, vamos a vivir a la aventura. All right, that is your double trouble. You have to use the same word twice. Also, let me give you the say what soundbite for the fourth and final time.
I watch the stock market channel all the time. I just watch because I suspect that anchorman of being an evil leprechaun. He can bullshit everybody else, but he ain't fooling me.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. All right, amigos. It's Vaughan Town. Don't forget, we've got Weekend Town as well. And if you want more information, you can just reach out via social media and somebody will get back to you. Se pondrá en contacto con vosotros. All right, let's see what we've got over here. Laura says, salute per tutti, belle brutti. It's a play on words because salute means health. Oh, yeah, I knew that part. Porque, de hecho, lo usamos. In English, you got three ways. You can say cheers, salud, otra vez comiendo. Cuando usamos el italiano, al menos en el noreste de Estados Unidos, nos comemos la última sílaba. Again, Laura, I don't know if that's because you do it or that's like the Americanization. We say salud. So we don't even finish it. We say salud, everybody. And you know why? We've seen it in every gangster movie. I think that's why. Salud. Salud, everybody. So we don't even hear that E or E. So, yeah, I know we do it. You do it when you do a toast, when you make a toast, I should say. Remember, to make toast, hacer tostadas. To make a toast, hacer un brindis. And she says it's a play on words because salud means health. Yeah, I knew that part. For everyone and beautiful or ugly. Yeah, hasta ahí llego. I got that part. But she says it's also what we say when we make a toast. Salute. Yeah. I thought I explained that. Okay. Well, yeah, thank you for explaining it. But, oh, yeah, I see why. Because I said saluti and it's salute, right? Okay, porque claro, yo pensaba que rimaba y todo. Saluti per tutti. Pero it's salute. Okay. Yeah, but I knew that it was cheers because we use it in English. We just don't finish the word. We say salud. Y ahí acaba. Again, I'm not saying it's correct. I'm telling you what we do in the United States, right? Mozzarella, salud. Listen to the Sopranos episode of FYI, and I go over all of that stuff because I grew up with that. It was everywhere. I grew up with a lot of Italian Americans, naturally. So yes, thank you for clearing it up. But yeah, for the ugly, and so it means health, cheers, no, salud, like in Spanish. But I didn't know the difference there. Salute is cheers, because we never finish the word. And saluti is say hello. Okay, cool. I got you. Good. Thanks for the explanation. Also, Laura is participating in our double trouble. Let's see if she got it. She says, I know it's going to be rough, but tonight we're gonna rough it. Vamos a vivir sin los lujos. No, sin lujos. Con lo mínimo, no, would be a good way to say it. So I know, so what are you going to do? You didn't bring your phone. Y a veces lo decimos en broma, ¿no? You didn't bring your phone. What are you going to do? I guess I'll have to rough it. La aventura, a ver lo que pasa. Right? So I know it'll be rough. I know it's going to be rough. But tonight we're going to rough it. Great job, Laura. Also, Elena, I know it'll be rough, but tonight we'll rough it out. Hey, that's another one. You can do it without or without out. Also, Chris Valrol got it as well. She says, I know it's going to be rough, but tonight we're going to rough it. Laura says, I need to learn American Italian. Well, no, not really. But I'm curious. I'm curious if you ask your daughter, because she lives in New York, if she's heard this trend, esta tendencia de cortar la última sílaba, right? In fact, my nickname is Albertuch, but it's really Albertucho, right? Like little, am I correct here? Correct me if I'm wrong. But os acabo de confesar lo que me llamaba mi abuela y mi abuelo y mi madre, Albertuch. But why? Because we don't say the last syllable for some reason. I think because we think you don't. I don't know. It's a weird phenomenon in the Northeast of the United States, in the Italian-American speaking. And again, we've come up with our own dialect, I believe, there. So yeah, Albertuch. But wouldn't it be, correct me if I'm wrong, Albertucho? But they don't say the O. I've always been Albertuch. Albertuch. And that's Albertillo, right? Albertito in Spanish. The diminutive, little Alberto. So, yeah. But ask your daughter, because I'd be curious to see what she says about that. If she's heard people say, like, cut off those last vowels, porque normalmente son vocales que nos comemos ahí al final, right? So, Albertuch. See, the O is, they just don't, get it out of there. We don't need that O in there for anything. She says, Elena says, saluta el forzal canut. I've heard that one as well. And canut, isn't that like a joint or something? I never really understood the expression, but I've heard it many, many times. But I guess it's another way of saying, cheers, big ears. No, sí, a veces es una forma de decir, porque nos gusta rimar las cosas, right? We like rhyming. We love rhyming, especially when we're as drunk as a skunk. All right, I'll stop. All right, well, folks, we've got a lot to do. We already took a look at our double trouble. We looked at our Say What soundbite for the fourth time. Let's take a look really quickly at our spelling bee words that we had here. The reason I chose these countries, que son países, is because today in the year 2002 or 2002, you can say either one, 2002 or 2002, the European Union was enlarged. Ensanchado, is that what you're saying? Hecho más grande. It was enlarged, and they announced that Cyprus, eso es nuestro primero, Chipre, you say? Cyprus, the person is a Cypriot. Yeah, these are difficult ones to know. So, es que no parece la misma palabra. Chipre, Cyprus, right? Number 2, Hungary. Hungary, people in Hungary are Hungarian, right? And they're hungry too. I always make this joke. I'm hungry for Greece and Turkey. I'm hungry, Hungaria. Nunca se decía esa palabra en español. For Greece, Grecia, and Turkey, Turquía. Grasa y pavo. I know. Really bad. I know. I was just rushing through that. I was Russian, ruso. Estaba haciéndolo con prisa. I'll stop. So people from Hungary are Hungarian. Then you've got Lithuania. People from Lithuania are Lithuanian. What about this one? Poland. People from Poland are Polish. Cuidado con esta palabra, porque también se puede pronunciar polish. How do you say esmalte de las uñas? Nail polish, right? To polish también es limar algo. He polishes his car every weekend. Who? The Polish guy. ¿Cómo sabemos? Pues del contexto, y también Polish siempre va a ir en mayúscula, ¿no? Entonces eso ahí ya dices, no estoy hablando de pulir algo. And I remember I was playing a game at a group with some friends in Almeria. There was like a little party. And this was like my first month living in Spain. And they were like, Países con P. And I was like, Polandia. And everybody, the whole room started cracking up. They gave me the credit. me lo dieron, porque él sabe el país de que habla. Pero como sabían, el guiri dijo Polandia, and they were like, no, Polonia. I was like, oops. So, hey, live and learn. Live and learn. Polandia sounded good to me. Disneylandia, Polandia. The next one. This one, careful, because there's no E. So it's not Eslovaquia. It's Slovakia. Empezando puro y duro con esa S. Slovakia. Have you ever been to Slovakia or Slovenia? En ambos casos, esas no cogen una E delante como en español. Si no me equivoco, ambos, Eslovaquia, Eslovenia, ¿no? Pero en inglés, no, que no tengas la tentación de meter esa E ahí, right? Slovakia, Slovenia. And other countries that were announced, Estonia, Latvia, Malta, and yeah, I think that was it. I think I read all of them there. So that day, today, in 2002, the European Union got a lot bigger, amigos. All right, we've got a lot to do, so why don't we take a look at today's Name That Movie? Name That Movie. Yes. All right, amigos, name that movie. Here it is. A newly recruited night security guard. Ya sabes mi opinión de los seguratas. A newly recruited, you say in Spanish, reclutar. En inglés es recruit, no hay L ni nada. So a newly recruited night security guard, no guard, guard. Cuando ves esa palabra, quiero que quites la U. Guard. Guardians of the Galaxy, right? At the Museum of Natural History. What an amazing museum. Have you been there in New York? I'm sure, Laura, you've been there. And anybody, I mean, you've all been there in movies and you're all familiar with it. But I mean, in person, it's an amazing place. So it's a security guard at the Museum of Natural History discovers that an ancient curse, una maldición, causes the animals and exhibiciones, you say? Exhibits on display. And if something is on display, and expuestos, right? On display to come to life, cobrar vida, to come to life and wreak havoc. Okay? So to wreak havoc es liar la gorda. Wreak es W-R-E-A-K, es una de esas W mudas. To wreak havoc. Buen vocabulario ahí. Wow. Really good vocabulary. We've got a winner. It's Chris Valrol. The movie is Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum. And this movie, you know what happened after? What happened was the American Museum of Natural History had 20% more visitors that following year. So it was a good ad, buen anuncio que hicieron para este museo que ya es popular, right? So Larry says to the monkey's name is Dexter. He says, oh, hey, Dexter, I'm just locking up. Estoy cerrando todo, ¿no? Dejando todo cerradito. Do you want in? ¿Quieres entrar? And Dexter walks in and climbs up to his tree. Okay, no climb. And then Dexter smiles from the tree holding a set of baby toy keys. And Larry says, I don't think so. Looks like Uncle Larry pulled a fast one on little Dexy. Okay? O sea, te di las llaves equivocadas. He didn't steal his keys, the real ones. He gave him the kitty ones. And to pull a fast one es intentar engañar a alguien. Did you try to pull a fast one on me? No, hacer el... Think of it that way. Hacer algo rápido que no me entero. And then he locks up the entrance to the Hall of Mammals, mamíferos, and he says, those are baby keys for a little baby. So have fun playing with your little baby keys, little baby monkey. Maybe tomorrow I'll bring you a baby diaper. Diaper, pero cuando hablas en baby talk, it's diaper. so you can go poo-poo in it. And then I'll change it for you. And then I'll tickle you because you're a cute little baby. Will you cry all night about how Uncle Larry fooled you? I told you there was a storm coming. Te dije que se avecinaba una tormenta. There it is, folks. It's night at the museum. It's time to move on to famous birthday trivia. Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays. Birthdays for me. Famous birthdays. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Oi, oi, oi. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Yeah. All right, famous birthdays really quick. We are running out of time. The first one is an American guitarist, singer, songwriter, political activist, and he is, you can't get more American than him. You look at this guy and he screams, America! Yeah, but not America. Merca. Como decimos. There's America and there's Merca. Merca. He screams Merca. He does like psychedelic hard rock. Some of his albums, Free for All, Batalla Campal, Cat Scratch Fever, right? Cat Scratch Fever. If I'm not mistaken, that is a venereal disease. Thank God this is not something fever. Porque lo ves en muchas canciones, voy a asegurar. Again, thankfully, this is not a word I've had to use in my life. Bacteria Bartonella. Yes, cat scratch fever. It causes, so it most often comes from the scratch of so it's not just a venereal. Oh, okay. I thought it was a venereal disease. See, I'm glad I looked it up. Cat scratch fever. This guy is a rocker if I've ever seen one. Oh, and he's got the song Stranglehold. That's a great, if you've never heard that one, listen to Stranglehold. And a stranglehold is te tengo bajo control absoluto. Y así va la letra. Got you in a stranglehold, baby. This is American rock, as American as it gets. Number 2, this guy is famous for being in the business for decades and decades. He's also famous for the most famous, but the most infamous British accent ever in Mary Poppins. He was in Mary Poppins. He was in Bye Bye Birdie, The Music Man, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Night at the Museum. He's a legend, and I can't believe he's still alive and he's still acting. He was born in 1925 today. This guy is awesome. Really, really a classic. And last but not least, an Italian-American. So he probably says salud as well, sin la última parte. An American actor and director. I love this guy. He's been in so many amazing movies. You probably first saw him in Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino, but he was in Big Fish, Armageddon. He was in Fargo, The Big Lebowski. I mean, are we talking about some seriously good movies? The Wedding Singer, Mr. Deeds. Chris, you caught me. Mr. Deeds. Ya sabemos qué significa la palabra deeds. He was also in Boardwalk Empire as well. All right, since we don't have much time, I'll give them to you. Number 1, Ted Nugent. Escúchate la canción Stranglehold de Ted Nugent and just get ready for an eargasm, un orgasmo de oreja. Number 2, Dick Van Dyke, the classic Dick Van Dyke. And number 3, Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi. And that's going to bring us over to today's Say What soundbite. It's from Mr. Deeds. Y si no has visto Mr. Deeds, no de antiguamente, el más moderno, con Adam Sandler, he plays a character called Crazy Eyes. And he says to Adam, he goes, to Adam's character, he goes, oh, I heard they're selling your company. And he's a whack. He's crazy. As Laura said, he's unhinged. And he goes, how did you know that? And he goes, oh, I watch the stock market channel all the time. I just watch because I suspect the anchorman of being an evil leprechaun. Leprechaun, los de St. Patrick's Day, right? He can bullshit everybody else. Puede mentir a todos los demás. But he ain't fooling me, pero a mí no me tiene engañado. Here he is, Crazy Eyes, awesome character, Steve Buscemi in Mr. Deeds.
I watch the stock market channel all the time. I just watch because I suspect that anchorman of being an evil leprechaun. He can bullshit everybody else, but he ain't fooling me.
All right, folks. Well, that's the end of today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Next week, the countdown is on to our last show of 2024. We're going to make every second count, amigos, as we always do. Have a wonderful weekend and see you soon. Ciao for now.